is our new series of Facebook videos, and they also go on YouTube, of social stories that we can use to help our children and adults in social situations or other times where they may struggle with some behaviors. Today's story is called Staying on Task. The social story about how to stay on task at school. Now, a lot of times my stories talk about school, but we know that a lot of our adults and our older children, or even some of our younger ones, are at home right now because of the pandemic. And so we're telling stories about school, but also know that they can be used for times that we're at home. So we can always adapt and say staying on task, a social story about how to stay on task at school and at home. So let's read this story. At school or home, I must stay on task and be focused on my work. Being on task means I am paying attention and doing my best on my work. Sometimes I might get distracted by my classmates, my own thoughts, or noises in my classroom. Do you ever get distracted? I do sometimes. It is important that when I feel distracted, that I remember to ignore what is distracting me. I can also ask my teacher for a break if it is an appropriate time. Taking breaks is super important, and it's really important that we recognize when we need a break. If my teacher allows me to, I can use a fidget to help me concentrate. Sometimes I might need to move my seat and get away from a distraction so I can stay on task. When I stay on task at school, I get my work completed and I get to do fun things. Wonder what fun things you like to do when you finish your work. Well, the one thing that the story talked a little bit about was using a fidget. And I'm not sure that everyone knows what a fidget is, but it's any type of toy or activity or item that you hold to keep your hands busy. I have a hard time being still and staying on task. That's something that's really hard for me. So something that I use that's super fun is this cool bubble popper. I got these on Amazon, and it's kind of like reusable bubble wrap. The one thing I like about this is it's not very noisy. So a lot of times if I'm watching TV or sitting on the couch or sometimes even in a meeting, don't tell my boss, I like to have something like this to play with in my hands that helps my brain stay focused. So make sure that if your child is having trouble staying focused, that you find some kind of fidget. Sometimes I like to use a balloon filled with rice, or maybe a little cushy pokey ball, or sometimes even a small little blob of Play-Doh or Model Magic. There's lots and lots of fidgets you can find. You can make your own at home, and sometimes just having something to play with in your hands. Sometimes I even like a paper clip or a pen with a clicker on it. But think about what you could help your child find to hold to help them stay on task when they have to listen. It is a hard thing to do, and we want to make sure that everyone finds success in staying on task. So we have to think outside the box and find creative ways to help everyone stay on task. Friends, thank you so much for joining me today on Behavior Basics. I cannot wait to see you next time. We'll see you soon.